welcome back to Adams Aquatics. In this video today we're going to talk about how to filter your fish tanks.
As you may know, we have 9 fish tanks in this fish room, and they are all filtered using one central filtration system. It's a central filtration system. It uses a air pump, which you can probably hear in all my videos. It is relatively quite loud, but essential to running a fish room this size. It runs on air, so you can see these are sponge filters. They basically pump air through this line down into the sponge, and then that sucks the water through the sponge, which filters it mechanically, and it's also a good space for the biological filtration. So this is where all of the beneficial bacteria will live, as well as all on the coconut shells and then whatever other ones we have in the tanks, and then it will pump the air back up through the top. You'll notice that some of them are quite powerful, and that's because I haven't quite got it dialed in yet, but this is the first workings of the fish room. Again, it's a central filtration system using air.
Let's take another look inside the box of tricks.
Previously, when I had the tanks set up, we would have used internal canister filters like this Fluval IU3. This has spray bars here, and then it has sponges and beneficial bacteria housed in the filtration box. This is where all of the stones, which have got large surface areas for the beneficial bacteria to live. Again, and if I was to fill every single tank individually using one of these, that would take up 9 or 10, because the big tank would need 10 plug sockets, drawing a lot of power, whereas instead we just have one of these. So this is my central pump. It runs off of just a standard plug socket. It uses extension lead, and it runs off that hose up into this PVC loop, which are built around the ceiling, which runs all the way around because it's a closed loop system, and then it runs down the taps, which are drilled in at the top, down through the non-return valves into this air lane into the tank to power the filters. So in this one, because of the size of the tank and the amount of fish in it, we have 3 sponge filters in there. You've got the 2 regular sponge filters and one which hangs on the top and pumps the water out the side. And again, it's just more about ease of maintenance for me. So sponge is relatively easy to maintain.
It saved me quite a bit of money in the electricity bill, just running one pump for the 9 tanks. And some of the tanks have 2 filters in them, some of them have 1. It all depends on what the biological need is for the tank. Pump is used for koi ponds and things like that. It's relatively cheap, about 60 quid on Amazon. Again, like I said, it is quite loud. You can get quiet ones, you can get linear air piston pumps, which is probably something that I'll look at when I build my next fish room, but at the moment this does the job. I've secured it with the bolted wood there onto this shelf up high, so that it pumps it all round, and obviously air takes the path of least resistance, which is through the valves and down. And get manifolds like this for the this came with the pump, so I could have run 6 rather than running the loop, the air loop. But this, again, if you were to put it like this and then run them down, it's not as secure, and also you've got a chance that the fish tank that was here would get more air than the fish tank was here, whereas with the loop I can kind of know that every fish tank gets the same amount of air, and I could probably put about 10-15 tanks on this pump, not a problem. This was the small pump that I used before when I was using the manifolds, and again, it was relatively easy and cheap and cost effective to do this, to build this filtration system. How I filter my fish tanks, all 9 of them on one filtration system. If you like this video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.